Hello friends, it's Cassandra. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. I wanted to take the time today to talk about my book that I wrote in 2021. And also to let you know about a giveaway I'm doing to celebrate getting 200 subscribers. So thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. And I will give details to the giveaway at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. So if you are unaware, I self-published a book. Independently published is actually the proper term for it. I independently published a poetry book in 2021, October. It is called My Love Letters Don't Sound the Same Anymore, and you can buy it on Amazon. Right now it's only available on Amazon, so you can just type in the title name and find it pretty easily. This is a nice little book, nice skinny little guy. It's really near and dear to my heart. It's the first thing I've publicly released, published. So that's really special to me, and it also just comes from a very emotional place. So this book is about love and heartbreak. It's about my first relationship, my only serious relationship I've been in, and it walks you through the beginning of falling in love and being in love, and then the end of the breakup and processing the breakup and working through all of that. This book came about when I was, after the breakup, I was looking through my journals and my love letters, just trying to see like where we went wrong, where we got off on the same page, trying to understand what happened, because I thought the weekend he was going to propose was actually the weekend that he broke up with me. So I was like, we were way on different wavelengths at the end there, so like what happened? And I was looking through these journals and I was like, whoa, some of these things that I wrote, it's like I'm already grieving him, like I've already lost him. And I didn't mean it in that sense when I wrote it, but it almost holds this double meaning. And so I was looking at that, and at the same time I was writing poetry as a way of processing my heartbreak. And in doing that, I was like, I want to publish this as a book to show there's this fine line between love and heartbreak, and show, you know, the double meaning in my love letters that I see now. Like here I'm talking about like I love you and I miss you and I can't wait to see you again, but it also sounds kind of like I'm saying, hey, I know, you know, you broke up with me, but I still care about you as a person and I still wish you the best. And so this book is about 1/3, these are rough estimates, but it's about 1/3 from my love letters, 1/3 from my journal, and 1/3 of poems I wrote actually after the breakup. So it's all free verse poetry. So if you're looking for more, I don't want to say intellectual, but like structured poetry, you're not going to find it in this book. This is very, like I said, free verse, just very emotionally driven poems. But obviously I like poetry like that, so I hope you will as well. So it's not like difficult to understand, or it does make you think in a certain way, but it's not like you have to use brain power to understand what's going on like you do in the poems they give you in high school in the poetry unit. My heart behind this was simply to offer a place for people to heal from their heartbreak, because as I was trying to heal from my heartbreak, I felt like there was no media for me to help me grieve, that I could relate to. There's plenty of secular media about heartbreak, but it's all about like, I hate my ex, he's a monster because he broke my heart, and I hope all these terrible things happen to him. And that just was not how I felt. I still really cared about my ex, And I still wanted the best for him, even though I was very hurt and heartbroken. And I thought it was odd that, as Christians, we're always talking about dating and dating for marriage and marriage. And yet we're missing all of this media that we should have about breakups and how to deal with a breakup in a healthy way. Because if you are dating for marriage, only one of those relationships is going to pan out for you. All the rest are going to end in heartbreak in one way or another. And so, where was all of the media about heartbreak? And I couldn't find any. So, that was another reason why I wanted to publish it. Not only was I proud of the poems I had written and put together, but I also felt like there was this hole in media that we needed. And what I love about this book is I wrote it with Christians in mind, but it's not a Christian book. I think I mentioned God in 1, maybe 2 poems, but it's a book that anyone, whether you're atheist or a different religion, can enjoy. You can go to this and find healing for your heartbreak. I also did attempt to involve my ex in the process. I let him know once I knew, yeah, I'm gonna make this a book. I let him know that I was doing that. And when I finished it, I actually sent him the document so that he could look over the manuscript and let me know if he had any thoughts or concerns about it. Because I was not publishing this and setting out to ruin his reputation or hurt him in any way. I was going to be very honest about how I felt and, what happened to me, but I wasn't there to villainize him. And so I wanted him to be able to have the opportunity to look at the poems and say, I don't feel good about this. And I wasn't necessarily going to take out the poem, but I wanted to get his feedback and opinion on it. And at least take that into consideration in what I ended up publishing. He did look at it and he said everything was fine, so I went ahead and published everything exactly how it was. I think part of that might be, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I think part of that is probably because he knows he hurt me really bad and he was like, I'm not going to take away anything from her book too, but I don't know. Who knows? Who can say? But anyway, so that was my heart behind the book, and I just hope that if you read it, it is something that creates a safe place for you to grieve, because heartbreak is a grieving process. I've heard it said that grieving a heartbreak is the same thing as grieving a death. You're grieving the death of the future you thought you were going to have together. You're oftentimes grieving the death of you are grieving the death of a relationship, but often once you break up, that gets cut off altogether. So it's like you're losing someone. So it really is a painful thing to go through, and I think there's this pressure to get over it really quickly, but we all grieve and process at different speeds, in different ways. And so I think it's very normal and healthy to take your time when grieving and allow yourself to be sad and allow yourself to talk about the things you're missing out on. Hopefully you have friends that'll be supportive of you in that, and just be a listening ear, and not pressure you to get over this grief that you're dealing with. So that's my heart behind the book. I know I've said that a lot. And I hope you enjoy it. So I want to give a copy of this book to one of you. I will address it to you. I will sign it. I'm also going to include in the giveaway a journal and some pens so that you can respond to it or process your own heartbreak or whatever is going on in your life through writing, whether that's journaling, poetry, whatever it is. I just want to encourage that expression of emotion and processing of that emotion. So the giveaway is being done on Instagram, so hopefully that doesn't cause too much of an issue for you. My Instagram is at Cassandra's Pocket. It is the first photo on my profile. It looks like this. Just click on it and comment and tag someone. So your comment only counts if you tag somebody, and you have to be following me. Okay, so there's 3 requirements. You have to live in the US, you have to follow me on Instagram, and you have to tag somebody in the comments. You do those things, you're golden. For each tag, you get another entry into the giveaway. And then at noon on Friday, February 3rd, I will be choosing a name of somebody, and I will be messaging you on Instagram so I can send you the book. So I'm really excited about this. If you have any questions about the giveaway, just reach out to me and I'll try to clear any confusion up. So I hope that you check out my poetry book, whether you win or not. It just means so much to me when people purchase a copy of my book. And let me know how you liked it. There's a page on my website, cassandraspocket.net, where you can choose to leave a review. And that's just so helpful for me as a writer and just as a person to know what you thought about my book. You don't have to love it. Even if you were like, I didn't like this so much, I'd still like to hear that, so I can continue to improve my writing in the future. So that all being said, I will see you guys next month. I'll see you in a week or so or something, I'm not really sure, with another Cassandra's Commentaries. So if you have any like faith questions or anything like that, you're always welcome to leave those in my comments as well, so I can make a video on that addressing those. I am just here to, again, share my story and help you discover yours so that we can grow together to live like Christ. So I am gonna go, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.